project LOWINFOOD with Clara.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm sorry you had a preview of my presentation. I'm Clara Cicatiello. I'm a researcher at the University of Tuscia. I'm an agricultural economist, and I'm also the coordinator of this innovation action, which is called LOWINFOOD. So LOWINFOOD is a project that has a portfolio of innovations that were already existing in the stage of prototype before the project was started. And our objective is to demonstrate them in real food chains and to allow them necessary demonstration data to upscale. So today I will focus my teaching on the innovation that we have in the food service sector, which is restaurants, caterings, school canteens, and so on. So we all know that we have a problem with food waste, so we have to cut the food waste that we produce globally, but especially food service has a problem with food waste because up to 5% of the food that is available for consumption is lost at the food service level, and up to 1/4 of the total food waste produced globally comes from restaurants, canteens, and public catering. So this sector, moreover, is very big. And of course, it suffered a lot from the pandemic with all the lockdowns and the limitation to social life, but it has started again this year to grow steadily. So the sector will grow, and also the food waste that is produced there will grow. So what is the problem in food service? We have different types of food waste that are being produced, either in the kitchen or in the preparation stage or in the service stage. For example, food that is prepared but is never served to customers because it's surplus food that is prepared in excess. And we have plate waste, so food that customers and diners leave in their plate. So what we're doing in LOWINFOOD, we have 4 innovations that are acting against food waste at the restaurant and catering level. So I will spend a few words on each of these innovations, just to mention that these innovations are standalone innovations. They are already startups, so they're already companies that already have a prototype, and in LOWINFOOD we are demonstrating their functioning these days. So we started at the beginning of this year, we will end last year. So we are demonstrating their functioning in real restaurants, real school canteens, and real caterings. So let's talk about Mitacus first. So Mitacus is a forecasting software which works with artificial intelligence. So it's designed for catering restaurants. And the idea is that if the restaurant owner could know in advance the day before how many people would come for dinner or for lunch, he could avoid producing surplus food. So early testing in, let's say, laboratory and testing facility has shown that with Mitacus up to 8% of food costs can be saved. And of course, the objective of this innovation is to reduce overproduction. Instead, as we go to Kitro is another innovation which is placed in the kitchen. So there is a hardware, which is a scale, which is connected to an intelligent camera. So basically, the organic bin where the plate waste is disposed of is put on the scale, and the camera can read with what type of food is being disposed. So the ideal target this innovation are hotels or all-you-can-eat restaurants or buffet. So basically, when they dispose of the food that has remained after the lunch or after the dinner, this device can read how much has been thrown out of each food type, and it provides information to the restaurant owners in order to, let's say, tailor better the buffet or the preparation for the next day and the next week. We go to the third innovation. This is rather working in the interface between restaurant and consumers because it allows the restaurant to sell some surplus food that has never been served. So food that has been prepared but is never served. So Regusto is an Italian startup which provides these compostable bags that you can see in the picture. They provide these bags to restaurants, and they provide a service via an app, so a platform where customers can buy last minute the food that is surplus. And what has this innovation of special, let's say, that a QR code is applied on this bag so that the food can be tracked until the end. So basically we can know whether this food that they bring home has been actually eaten or not, with the help of customers and with the help of coupons and discounts that the restaurant can offer for the people who participate in this activity. And last but not least, Matomatic has an innovation which is called the Plate Waste Tracker. And this is an innovation which is perfect for large public caterings catering services. For example, for school meals, we are testing this in 15 schools around Austria, Germany, and Sweden. And it is basically a camera that can recognize from the trays of pupils how much food they did eat. And the main objective of this innovation is to inform the diners about what they left and the nutritional value of what they left. So the main objective is to educate them and to increase their awareness towards food waste. Although, of course, this innovation can also inform the kitchen about the foods that have been liked more or less by the pupils. So why I have talked about all these innovations together? Because they can be standalone solutions for restaurants, and they can also be combined, but they share very similar business models. So none of these companies is selling the hardware of the innovation, but rather the model is about subscription. So basically they sell to the restaurant the service of being informed about what they can do to cut food waste at the restaurant. And so the interaction between the company and the restaurant is at the core of all the innovations. Talking about target customers, as I already said, of course, some of them are tailored on private restaurants and other on public caterings, but of course, even for restaurants, we are looking for so we are currently testing this innovation in large restaurants because it's in these restaurants that the cost of wasting is higher. And so, of course, these businessmen, so these owners of restaurants can be more interested in cutting food waste. For what concerns especially mathematics, the Great Waste Tracker, the real target is public catering. So, for example, at hospitals or at schools, we are currently testing it in 15 schools, already said, I think. So, and of course, the target customers are customers which are very, of course, open to innovation and digitalization. This is another reason why we are looking we are looking to large food service companies and not, the family restaurant. So companies that are open to innovations, innovation companies that are open to digitalization, and companies which want to address this food waste issue. Let's think that at the moment in most restaurants, no action is taken against food waste. So the idea is that having some food waste in food catering is normal. And this is not true. I mean, we have so many solutions which are already developed to avoid this. And what do these innovations have more than others that are applicable at restaurants? First of all, I have to say that they are in this project, so in LOWINFOOD, and in this project, along 4 years, we are now in the middle of the project, we are providing evidence of the results they can get. So we have built up a multidisciplinary team between Italy, Austria, and Great Britain and Sweden to have a common methodology to evaluate this innovation. And we evaluate how much food they can save, what is the economic impact on the business level, so on the restaurant, and what is the overall environmental impact compared to the situation without the innovation. So what they need, basically what they will need very soon, as soon as they have the results of this demonstration early next year, is that they will need funders in order to upscale the market. At the moment, these innovations are being tested in several countries thanks to the funds from the European Union, but after that, they should be ready to go on the market. So, of course, what they need is contacts, networking in the food service sector, and basically money to promote their innovation at a large scale. And I think this is all. These are my contacts. I can provide more information.
Typically, the food cost is about 25% of total revenue. So we said that your solution will save 8% of 25%, or bring the 25%, so 2%. So it sounds like minor saving, or bring from 25% back to 50%.
Yeah, honestly speaking, I'm reporting the data about Mitakus, so the forecasting software, which were available before the start of LOWINFOOD. So it was saving 8% of food costs, but it was only tested in only one small restaurant. So what are we doing now is that we're testing it in 6 very large restaurants in 2 different countries in Europe. So I'm sure that by middle next year, so mid 2023, we will have more, let's say, more reliable data on this, both on the quantity of money they can save through the innovation, but also on the quantity of food they can save. Because of course there is a strong environmental component in this, in all this innovation. So they would be perfect for restaurants that want to improve their brand and their image on the environmental side, of course.
On the side, Clara, of making this different innovation work together, which kind of actions you are performing? When you said on the fundraising or on the stakeholder engagement, what kind of actions as project you are doing with the different technologies?
As a project, we are demonstrating the innovations as standalone solutions. So we first want to provide each innovator with some reliable data about the impacts of their innovation, their own innovation. So in the end of LOWINFOOD, we will have for each of these innovations some numbers that can support and that can justify their impact and their, let's say, they can support their market potential. So we are not taking specific actions in LOWINFOOD to combine that, but I would like to say that one, let's say, indirect action that we are doing is that we are sharing in the same work package the contacts and functioning of the implementers that we have found for the innovations. So, for example, one restaurant is involved in the implementation of Mitakus, but he is knowing that other solutions are available, and so this is what we do in LOWINFOOD. But of course, I think that this would be the perfect topic for a new project on this. So, testing the functioning of all these innovations together.
Thank you very much, Clara. Thank you.